Good evening. My name is Diham Abu-Jermi. I go by Cece, and I'm here today to speak with all the lifeguards. I've been a lifeguard since I was 16, and I'm 22 now, so I've been a lifeguard for 6 years. I can tell you that being a lifeguard is a very easy job, and I understand a lot of lifeguards are 16, 17 years old, some are 18. If some continue, they become supervisors, they become managers, they become assistant managers, they just go higher up the ladder. And I want to make sure they understand their job, even though it's so easy, it's a very serious job. It's very demanding at the same time because you have all of these kids in front of you. And even though it does get a little timid when you have to go from shoulder, watch to shoulder, and then look under to make sure no one's under you for 10 seconds the entire time that you are on stand, or if you're roving and you're walking from side to side to kind of keep you more awake, it helps you point out any safety hazard. It helps you make sure you know all of your zones of the pool, because the pool is broken up into zones. It's whatever you're standing at, all of your peripherals, and all you can see straight ahead. It can, like I said, get timid, but it's very important just because it helps you point out all of your safety hazards, as I've stated. It helps you point out your emergencies. It helps you save lives. You typically want a parent to be arm's reach away from a child. Doesn't mean they have to be like, here's my child right here and here I am. But you need them close enough to where if their child does go under, it literally would take, oh, boom, let me pick you up. And man, that saves a life. It really does. Because when parents aren't paying attention, typically this happens at country clubs. Parents will let their kids get into water, and the kids will swim around. They'll swim around, and then they'll swim around, and then they get tired, and it's hard to keep swimming when you're really tired because your body goes from this to this to this to bam, you're underwater. And the parents aren't really paying attention. They're too busy talking. And as I said, it does typically happen at country clubs just because they are a bit more privileged. The lifeguards, there's an adult swim. Lifeguards let the kids swim. Typically the kids know the lifeguards and, they're all playing. But the parents are on the phone a lot of the times, or they're talking to their friend. And it's like, oh, hey, how are you doing? And it becomes really stressful when the kid goes underwater and you go save them and they're unconscious, and you go from rescue breathing because they have a pulse but they aren't breathing, and then you realize it's a child and it's 40 cycles of 3 seconds for rescue breathing on a child, where it's 1,000, 2, 1,000, breathe, 2, 1,000, 2, 1,000, breathe, and you're literally counting like that till you hit 40. Then you do another assessment. Initial assessment would be the one where you check if a child is breathing, which is what you do when you pull someone out of water. You do an initial assessment. If they are on concrete, you do a complete assessment. If you did the initial assessment and you went through all your rescue breathings, nothing was blocking the way of their airways, you go into a complete assessment where you check their breathing from both nose and mouth. You check their pulse. And if they don't have either, you go straight into CPR. It's very important that when you are at in-service, you're paying attention to your CPR, because it's very difficult when one person knows their CPR and they know their rescue breathing cycles and they know how to do everything, and then you have your secondary guard coming in and they're freaking out, they're panicking, they don't know what to do. You need your secondary guard there, so your secondary guard can give the breaths while you are doing your chest compressions. Remember, chest compressions need to be arms straight. And you are pumping literally like this. Never bend your arms when you are doing chest compressions. Why? Because you lose your movement. So please, please, please take your job seriously. It is a very hard job. It is very traumatizing when a child dies on you because you forgot how to do CPR. Or if they just die on you while you're giving them CPR because you're too busy waiting for EMS to arrive, and EMS takes forever. As long as you know how to do your CPR, As long as you know how to use your AED, you should be fine. Please take your job seriously. Thank you. Good evening, and I'm here to talk to the patrons of the pools. Typically everyone who goes to a pool, the ones with lifeguards at least, to understand the lifeguard's point of view. From our point of view, whenever we enforce rules, it's for the safety of your child. Whenever we say, hey, you can't wear basketball shorts into the pool, it's for your safety, and it's also to make sure you still have your fun. When you wear basketball shorts into the pool, the fibers of the shorts, if you wear any shorts, if it's not swimwear, not even basketball shorts, any non-swim material clothing article that gets into the pool messes with the pump, because the fibers of those clothing get into the pump, they mess with the pump then messes up, the pump stops working. Once the pump starts working, pool stops working. Pool gets closed because the pump is not filtering the water back and forth like it should be. It's not recycling the water like it should be. And the pool then kind of turns green. It really just stops circulating water, stops allowing the chlorine to go in and out of the pool. The pool just becomes really dirty. And I know it feels like, oh, well, I've worn basketball shorts before. Just because you did it last year doesn't mean you can do it this year. I'm sorry. It's just rules are rules. Some lifeguards enforce them, some don't. I apologize for those who don't enforce their rules. However, it's for your safety and it's also for your fun. Not only do basketball shorts or non-swim material mess with the pumps, they also make you a lot heavier. So just in case you do go underwater, it's going to be a lot harder for me to pick you up because the shorts are going to drag you down. Another thing that lifeguards struggle with is, yes, we are young. We typically are young. I have been a lifeguard for 6 years. I'm 22 years old. I've been doing it since I was 16. And I cannot tell you how many times I've been told, you are young, you don't know what you're talking about. Things change. I know we are very educated in what we do. We go through training at least once a week, if not once every 2 weeks. We refresh our memory on how to do our CPR and how to do our AED and how to work with first aid kits and how to work with customer service. So if a lifeguard doesn't know, they go bring their manager. If the manager doesn't know, they call their supervisor. Supervisor typically knows everything. Manager typically knows what the supervisor knows, and we try to pass it along with all our other lifeguards. We don't want y'all taking it as, oh, you guys are so mean, blah, blah, blah. You guys don't let us do this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we're not trying to stop you from having fun. We just want you to have fun in a very safe way, a very safe manner. And that's all that matters to us. As long as you're doing a safe, fun activity or a safe way of swimming and not trying to kill each other, by all means, swim away. But as long as y'all understand that we know what we're doing, we know what we are talking about, and really every rule board says rules will be enforced at the discretion of the lifeguard. Lifeguards have the final say. We understand that we upset you sometimes, and I apologize if we upset you, but we're just looking out for you. So please forgive us when we enforce our rules, and have a good evening.